While we'd all love to go from beginner to expert in 10 seconds flat, in reality, every skill follows a natural progression of growth. Writing is no different. Brave Writer is organized not by grade level or scope and sequence, but according to natural stages of growth. I've identified 6 stages of growth in writing, beginning before a child can read and handwrite, all the way until that child reaches adult competency. As I describe each stage of growth to you, pay more attention to the characteristics of the developmental stage than to the age ranges. Remember that each child develops individually. It's more important to match the accurate stage of growth to the child than the age range. I call the first stage of growth Jot It Down. Usually your pre-readers 5 to 8 years of age. The Jot It Down stage of growth requires a partnership between parent and child. Your child talks, you jot down their stories, senses of humor, and observations. Little Josh may interrupt you while you make dinner to tell you all about how his dog Sparky chased a squirrel up the tree. If you pause to jot down his little tale, you've captured his writing voice and have allowed him to begin to see himself as a writer. Children in this stage are learning to read, handwrite, and spell. They tell original stories with sophisticated language. They are not yet able to write their own thoughts fluently or easily. I consider the second stage of growth the most overlooked stage of development. I call it partnership writing. They are often 9 to 10 years of age. These kids usually know how to read and can handwrite some. Children can attempt to transcribe their own thoughts, yet may do so with inconsistent spelling and unpolished punctuation. They are growing in the mechanics of writing, even while they have brilliant active mind lives to share with you. Partnering with your child is essential at this stage. Parents and children collaborate to create a writing project. Traditional school environments often suggest that parental help or support is cheating somehow. On the contrary, when parents participate in their children's writing lives, offering help and kind support, children grow leaps and bounds. When our kids play sports, for instance, they have coaches that help them know how to use their bodies, how to play the game, and they are given lots of chances to practice and fail. The partnership writing stage of growth asks the parent to be that writing coach and ally. Typically, your child enters the faltering ownership stage of development in junior high school. Another name for that stage of growth is stop and start writing. Many preteens undulate between enthusiasm for writing and writer's block. One week, Natalia will write a detailed story, and the next week she's sitting at the kitchen table, head in her arms, complaining that she hates writing. Kids in this stage have keyboarding skills, pencil management, paragraph formation, and are gaining confidence in spelling and punctuation skills. However, these bursts of growth and triumph alternate with struggle, self-doubt, and boredom. The key in this stage of growth is to provide variety of writing forms and to take breaks after successes. The fourth stage of growth in writing is called transition to ownership. Another name for it might be the responsible writer. Finally, an independent writer emerges, usually in early high school. The student is able to write a rough draft and can tackle preliminary revisions on their own. The parent's role shifts to editor and dialogue partner. Students show increasing competence in spelling, punctuation, and grammar. They also begin to think critically and develop what I call a rhetorical imagination. The fifth stage of growth in writing begins in late high school and carries into the undergraduate years of college. I call it eavesdropping on the great conversation. An alternate name for this stage would be the academic writer. The student is now able to experience a relationship between themselves and experts in a particular field. Students learn how experts in that field of study have carried on a dialogue that spans the centuries. Plato to Derrida, Rembrandt to Rivera to O'Keeffe, Newton to Einstein, Jane Austen to Maya Angelou. Students at this level learn to digest and comment on original works and produce writing in academic formats that make use of credible sources. The final stage of development occurs when a child reaches maturity, graduate school, or professional life beyond the age of 20. The goal is for adults to be able to tackle any writing task with confidence and skill. When children move naturally through these stages of growth in writing, they are appropriately challenged and supported. The goal is a happy, healthy writing life that leads a child to confidence and competence in writing at every stage.